Ah, Rafael vai transmitir no Discord aí, porque eu já tô fazendo a live, pô. Ô, Rafael, fala quando estiver pronto. Ai, lerdeza do caralho. É. Meu Deus do céu, como que salva? Bloquear. Nada a ver. Não. É morto. Ah, é. Ué. Tira. do outro lado. Ai, meu pai. Cadê o esse demônio? Não sai não, porra? Caralho, não pega, mano. Puta que pariu. Treinamento, missão, sei lá. Caralho, como é que tira isso aqui agora? Ô porra. Ai, vou sair então. Meu pai. Meu Deus, viu não. Burro. Caralho, só. Como que tu sai dessa desgraça? Pega, velho. Pega. Bora, Rafael. Vai não. Cadê, caralho? Meu Deus, eu tô subindo pra baixo, tudo que não sai, velho. Peraí, tá, isso. Present. Oh.
Vou ligar agora.
Engraçado. Treinamento.
First online.
Criação. Jogadores 2. Cria, vê se você me acha aí. Ou você quer que eu te mande um convite? Mandei o convite aí.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Interesting.
Pô, roupa
Don't
vermelha.
expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Player 2 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Alright, what's coming up next? Big counter. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bail each other out? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Sticks the jump in. Jump for KO. Player 2.
Ah, é, pai, esqueci de entrar no Discord lá desde. Entra lá, vai entrar. Bora.
Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Projectile to try and change the situation. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Flashes him. That combo did decent damage. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. This is a tough situation to be in with no drive for both fighters. Jump. Scrapping it out up close. Blocks it. The low's blocked. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Combo from above. KO.
Porra,
Last
2-2.
round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. They are letting it fly from the get-go. A trade, but they're not worried. Knocked them out of the air. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. What are they gonna do? A jump in? The jump in is denied. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Who will force the other's hand? Drops them from the air. Both are ready to clutch anti-air. They knew the throw was coming. Dangerous range here. This could lead to some big damage.
Ah, mano, vai tomar no cu.
Jump! This is gonna hurt. Getting it all on the drive rush. Quick medium poke. Knocked them out of the air. Anticipated that throw. Turns out. Great job in escaping that corner pressure. And it's time to bust this out. No! Critical art now?
Woohoo!
Perfect damage calculation! No doubt about it! Are you kidding me? Player one has gotta be
Corri de você não, seu viado. Não corri de você não, rapaz. Eu tive que sair, coffee king.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Quick medium poke. Closes the gap. Who gain control of the match in the early going. Grabs him. What are they thinking here? Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Player one chasing them down. Taking stock. The low doesn't connect. Knockdown. Player one needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. No more drive gauge.
Ele não tá pegando, né, velho?
Now, it's getting tense. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Pokes with a medium kick. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Medium kick hit. Drive gauge management here is going to be... They were right to be on guard there. Thick springs forward with the drive rush. From upstairs. Barely blocks the jump in. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Big opportunity coming. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. What'll happen here? Their life connects with the throw. Medium kick into quick dash. Escapes the corner. Okay, here we flatline.
Nossa senhora.
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Caralho, mano.
John goes to the air. Saw that coming. Barely blocks the jump. Vital parry. Player one drops them. Oh, here we go. With super arc into play, it's really anything goes at this huge chance after that wall splash. That's the hit super arc to show him what a PhD is fighting can do for you. He's got him now. Here we go. Fight and serving up a full plate of psycho power. What's next? Are we gonna see a comeback? This is gonna hurt. Oh, they switch sides. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Knocked them out of the air. Player two forward roll. Laying the pressure on Thick. A jump in? Will they gamble something here on a drive? Burns out.
Oh, meu Deus.
Player two can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. What's gonna happen? Quick air to air. Answers with a fireball. I can't believe it. Are you kidding me?
Não saiu, meu bicho.
Player one has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Calma aí, rapaz. Vou botar no
It's
Discord
not
aqui.
over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Checks with a medium kick.
Opa,
Both
tá me
fighters look to
escutando?
set things up as they continue to
Entrando no
jostle for
Discord.
position.
Entrei aí.
Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
Bora.
Okay.
Cai aí,
both
calma aí.
fighters
Pegou
are
não
taking
essa
a
porra.
long step
Aí,
back.
vai.
They're both
Tá
looking
fora
to
do
reset
Discord, você pra quê?
Neither fighter
Eu
can
esqueci,
force the other
rapaz.
to give up even an inch. Who's going to break the silence first? Good anti knockdown. Both fighters are
Ai.
looking for a way to fill up their super heartbeat.
Boa.
The jump in is denied.
Eu esqueço.
Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Oh, easy tech. Player one is in a tight spot right now. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup?
Tem que dar um jeito de tirar esse cara narrando, essa vagabunda aí falando aí, ó. Só atrapalha, viu?
Stops the attack by using the drive there. Uses the nice perfect parry there. What will do next? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The jump in is denied. Yet, player two on the board first with a win.
Já tá tentou achar ontem, não conseguiu não, né, Zé?
Achei não, tem que procurar, tem que ver na internet onde é que
Pesquisa aí na internet aí, porra.
esse narrador aí.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be
Deixa eu
thinking
pesquisar
about
aqui.
it. Jump. Stacks him with the back kick. Springs forward with the drive rush. Still slugging it out at this range. Jumps in. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. We are at a standstill, but we may see interruptions soon. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Short you can. Medium kick hit. A parry. Connects with the
perdi.
throw. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Closes it out. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Pô, tá esse filho. Dá uma clareada.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? That's this combo hit, and we got trouble coming. Player one chases them down. Opts for the throw. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Knockdown. Carries the attack and solid combo. Gets the jump
Pegou
in.
ainda, caralho.
They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. Taking stock. Gets them.
Cheio.
Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Still very early in the round. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Player one will need to play it
Ei, mano, esse demônio não pega não, ó.
Player one has an empty drive lead. This is a very precarious situation. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with the chance to score big here. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Drops them from the air. On critical art. Time to take a ride with this one. Massive damage incoming. Player two can't use any drive boost.
Morri.
They're gonna have to grind out this one. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Sit down and shut up. Flatline zone. Yeah. Can't beat me. Sticks out a kick. Jumps. All the throws connects. Breaks the block, drive rush to keep it going. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player one is in a very good spot. This may turn into a big chance. A jump, reads the jump in perfectly. Setting it all on the drive rush. Oh, here we go. Cross up is denied. Dash. Links it. All the throw connects. looking for a hole. Ugh, take a seat. Quick air. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's all in with a rush? I can't believe it. It is over. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's win. No way we could have called that. They can't get enough of each other. We got ourselves another rematch.
Meu Deus.
Jump meets them air to air. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 1 has the life advantage. Can't tech the throw. Taking stock. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Hits the grab. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The jumping is denied. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Knockdown. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Frozen. What's next? Well-timed corner switch. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Oh, easy tech. Uses the target combo as a filler. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. Genius read. Player 2 chases them down. What's the next move? Shadow Rock has to go. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Jumps up. There's a change of side. What'll happen? A super arc? A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Smart play with the throw. Jump. Barely blocks the jump in. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Takes a trip. Uses the target combo as a filler. What's the next move? Manages to block the jump in attack. G-right kick for a mix-up. Not much life left. With their draw uses the gauge for a super arc.
É muito bom jogar de quem, só ficar girando o pé.
É muito bom jogar de bison, rapaz.
Bison quem é bom demais, pô. Soquinho, soquinho, gira pé. Pá.
É o girai dele, girai. O girai dele é pica mesmo. É por isso que ele é chato.
Shoots off a fireball up close. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Pressuring them in the corner. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. All right. Throws him. What's next? Solid blocking. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. They block the overhead, and both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Anything could happen here. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Yo, put that away. Going in, parries the projectile. Shuts that down with a parry. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna nice counter? Midway through the round, expect going in with Devil's Reverse. Player 2 will need to play it conservative. Oh, burnout triggers. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Knockdown and player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still not drive rush to keep it going. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Less than 20 seconds remaining. Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Tá jogando a cautela, viadinho.
Expect to see some fireworks.
Tem meia hora baixada aí, porra.
Jumps it, clutch, anti-air. Pokes with a medium kick. Close range projectile. We're just getting started here. Full take control. Breaks it. Player one is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Here it turns out. All the throw connects. Player one with the rhythm owning that pace. This may turn into a big chance. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player two picks up. Back into the corner. Ooh, what a fun throw. What's next? They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Shadow Ride! Devil's Reverse! Wraps it up with a throw! Player one was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps in. She's gonna kick for a mix-up.
Vai, mano.
Grabs him.
Meu Deus.
Gets a chance with that jump in. Sticks the combo. Knockdown. Still slugging it out here. Throws him to negate the block. Surprises him with a drive rush. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Nice tech. Adds on a bit extra to that. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Jump. KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Going on the offensive. Player one chases them down. Quick dashing. Both fighters are raring to go. Jumps up. There. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Denies the jump in. Player one got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Player one wraps it up with a decisive combo. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round?
Pegou nesse caralho.
Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player one has the life lead. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. The jump-in is denied. Takes a trip. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Decides to spend the meter to open up. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Grabs them, springs forward with a drive rush. Player one chases them down. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Jumps up. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Finishes with the throw.
Vou botar o Zangief.
Neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet.
Aí sai da FT, né? Vou ter que...
Parries to cancel the
Não, sai não, vai continuar.
You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Trips them up. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. uses a drive parry against the attack. Forward throw to continue the pressure. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Combo with the target combo. Knockdown. That last attack took some courage. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Medium kick hits. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. What'll happen here? Player smart play to stop the opponent there. Drive gauge gap here. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Burnout activated. Looking to impress with this super. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage here. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Looking for a chance. What a read with that anti-air! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Uses their drive gauge. Both of them were ready for a throw. Knew the throw was coming. Utilizes the parry here to try and the throw connects. Player 1 has a slight life knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Connects with the throw. Okay, it all on the drive rush. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Looking for a hold. Needing all in with the rush. Both sides getting ready. Dash throws them. Amazing. What breaks it? Are we going to be able to come back and snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat? What now? Jump, flash anti-air. Getting up close and personal. What a finish! I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Quem é? Elegi. Elegi chutei.
Here comes a new challenger.
Tá 7-2.
Isso.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Interesting. I'll take on all of you. Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 with the life lead.
Right.
Nails the anti-air. Both sides looking for an opening. Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. The jump in is denied. Big low reaching heavy. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. Jumps in. Throws him. What's next? This is a critical springs forward with the drive rush. Play it. Oh, burnout trick closes with the throw.
Brother.
Hit him with the smart stuff. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. The attack is parried. Gets the knockdown, and now early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Still very early in the round. Target lockdown. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Hits them with a stop and pop. You gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Looking to plant him with a pile drive.
O sangue é isso.
We're going into the final round title. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Immediate jumping. Solid anti-air. Jump. Oh, Russian handshake.
Meu pai.
Player 2
Morri.
is gonna screw Pile Driver.
Não!
Escape. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Throws them. Both top drive rush. Perfect pair.
Morri. Desgrama, morri bonito ainda.
Will this be enough to kill?
Ó, 7-3. Será que esse bicho vai mudar? Vai
Was enough to kill?
reverter o placar?
He was gone.
Vai fazer a diferença?
Muda de boneco também, pô.
To find me a better match than that.
Quem?
Gentlemen, tell him what's good.
Eu mudar? Por que
É, se tu vê que vai perder, tu muda de
Not
boneco.
over yet.
Não, tem que treinar esse aqui. Não dá não, velho.
From low heavy too. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Parries the attack and
Opa!
punishes that real-time attack with a drive. Very bad choice there. What did he
Que
think?
desgraça.
Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Okay, creating some space here. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity.
Ai, que burro.
Into the wall, KO. Player 2 takes
Tu
the
correu
round
de
like a
mim
thief
pra
in the
apanhar no
night.
speed do seu
What else can
rabo.
they get away with?
Tá 7-3 pra mim, viado.
Opts to create space to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Can't tech the throw, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Jumps up, smart play with the throw. What'll happen here? Player, burnout activates. Looking to impress with this super. Giving them the boost with knee press nightmare. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Jumps. Goes for the jumping. Double lariat, and now? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Nothing but air. Jumps in. Head KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to
Cala a
grind out the
boca,
win?
Final round. Fight.
The low. The last round. It's now or never. Barely blocks the jump in. All in with a rush. And getting it all on the drive rush. Double knee. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player 1 needs to wait this out. Drops them. Very tall. Dangerous range plus anti-air. Parry, what a parry.
Ah, pegou, hein, viado.
Mr. Franklin. With super arts into play. Shrugs that off. Jump. Great headbutt. Meet them in air.
Não!
It is over.
Tá quanto? 7-4.
Get that bank account ready because
7-4, meu.
7-4.
they're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The low kick hits. Jumps up. Scrapping it out up close. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. And the throw ends the round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Just out of range for that throw. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. How will they manage their drive gauges? Which way you gonna block?
Não pega não, essa desgraça. Vai tomar no cu, rapaz.
Looking to
Que
play
mata
off
do
the
visão é
foul
essa
zone.
porra aí, ó.
Looking for a chance. Charges forward. Player 1
Já sei por que não pega. Acabei de ver por que não pega.
Ei, que demônio.
É a distância, pô. Você tem que estar mais colado no cara. Quando você faz drive impact pra correr, você tá batendo muito longe.
that chance
Tá demorando muito pra
Tem que
bater.
chegar-
Tem que dar o
Ah,
drive
demora
mesmo,
o
já
quê,
pra
pô?
botar o
O
botão ao mesmo
soco, o
tempo.
segundo soco do Bison não pega, pô.
Tu tem que dar o
Tá
drive
muito
em pé
longe, cara.
e
Tá
apertar o
batendo
botão
no-
rápido, cara. Tu tá demorando muito pra apertar o botão.
Não pega, pô. Um boneco nojento de
Tô te
jogar.
falando, pega, pô. Tu tá dando muito. Tu tá esperando muito. E tu tem que estar mais perto do cara, tu tá muito longe.
Knocks them out of the air. Blocks the low kick. Gotta do better than that. Ooh, does him dirty.
Pô, que desgraça.
Jump. Here comes the corner pressure. Amazing. No.
Maldição. Pra ter ganhado aquela ali, o demônio do soco não pegou, a desgraça.
Find me a better match than that.
Vamos fazer o chute.
What's good?
Tá quanto? 7 a quanto?
They're still
7 a
hungry.
5.
Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jump. That missed combo hit, and we got trouble coming. Throws him to negate the block. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Got their eye on the air. Taking stock. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Target locked and
Olha o sangue arranca essa desgraça.
Player 2 hits up the always important first
Vou
round.
perder
Still
não,
wants to
viado.
keep the ball
Na
rolling.
moral. Continuar com esse boneco, eu não vou perder. Juro que não.
Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 1 chases them down. Goes for the rush. Genius read. Jumps in. Breaks the block with a throw. A quick breather. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Smart play with the throw. Going in, springs forward with the
Pegou
drive.
ainda, mano.
Looking to plant him with a pile drive.
Olha o sangue.
Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. What'll happen here? Low heavy, but no go. How did they read that throw? Gotta be careful. Impact, squash. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Drive rush to keep it going. Barely blocks the jump in. On for the critical art.
É, velho, mudou o jogo.
Nice meter alert. He guts to pull that off.
7 a 6.
Isso aí.
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Another rematch. These two are really getting into it. Nice double area. Coming through. Throws them. What's next? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Still slugging it out here. Takes a trip. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown. The jump in.
Credo. Ele dá pulo nas costas,
Player
precisa acertar
2
do Flamengo.
sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it
Será
up.
que eu vou tomar uma virada lindíssima? Ou eu vou matar?
Jumps up. The jump in is denied. Grabs him. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Double lariat now. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Still slugging it out at this range. Ooh, there's a side.
Meu Deus.
This could be big. Jump. A parry. Target locked and scoop. Hold your breath. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Player walls flat into the guard break. Player 1 holding on catches out the game right there. Shreds them with a critical arm. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Betting it all on the drive rush. That amazing never say die attitude got them the win.
I will tame you in due time. Final round. Fight!
Who will come out on top in this final round? Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Still connects with the throw. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this drive rush to keep it going. Ooh, what a smart throw. Betting it all on the drive rush. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Drops him hard.
Ah, não.
They're wide open. Amazing. They're in range. We gonna see it. Sets up with the jump in. Jump. This can lead to some big damage. They gotta dig down deep here. Both of them back off. Denies the jump in. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Rushes in. Looking for a hook. Oh, but you're grounded. Player 1.
8-6, 8-6.
Feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up.
Que isso, brother.
Decides to meet them in the air. Spends their gauge on the drive rush. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge in. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Not much drive to work with at the moment. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Reads their mind and texts a throw. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Okay, creating some space here. Genius read. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap XKO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps in. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Looking to plant him with a pile drive. Shadow Ride. It's going in with doubles reverse. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Snacks him with a back kick. Looking for drops them. Ooh, what a smart blow. What'll happen here?
Caralho.
KO.
9-6.
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We're finally ready to begin this block. Devil's reverse. Close them. What's next? Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Good anti-air. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Pretty territory here. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up. Taking stock. Does a good job of pushing back. Opt for Shadow Run. Had the radar up and running. Jump. Blocks the impact. What'll happen here? KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Low heavy hit. Mix up incoming. Jumps in. Goes for the jump in. Goes for the throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Dashes forward. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Full S8 experiencing burnout. Player
Que mentira, mano. Ah, vai tomar no cabo.
Opt for Shadow. Both fighters delivers the pain right to the doorstep. He's got him now. Here we go. Fight starting at the full fight. Player 2 has completed their drive capture zone. Here comes the corner pressure. Who's the screw power?
Esse demônio. Muita sorte, vai tomar no cu.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Que inferno, velho.
Final round. Fight.
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Dash. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Links in. Player 2 needs to take a throw, is denied. What a read! Player 1 needs to wait this out. Turns out, player 1 is looking at a grim situation. Ah, genius read with that throw escape. Hits to the sky.
Olha isso, cara.
Stops this train. They're in range. Solid.
Meu Deus. Vai tomar no cu, mano. Caralho, que porra é essa? Que desencontro é esse?
Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. And whip. They're wide open. Ugh, take a seat. Fight. Genius read with that throw escape. Looking for a hole. Do they have what it takes to steal the round here? The parry throw is denied. What a read. Either fighter can use triangle. Reads the jump in perfectly. Threads the needle.
Jogou muito, jogou muito.
Ah, valeu.
10 a 6, sei lá.
Get the win out of that absolute carnage.
Valeu, vou ter que sair também.
Valeu, papai. Tamo junto.
Tamo junto. Ai. 10 a 6 pra mim. Bisonzinho tá um lixo ainda. Um lixo. Eu tenho meia hora ainda pra ir pra igreja. Treinar um pouquinho. Valeu aí, galera. É nóis. Fui.